guy got me in a routine since spring training. We used to go to the field at 6 a.m. We were at the field at 6 a.m. Okay. Working all the way until 4. And then we would go to the house for a couple of hours to rest. And then at 6:30, he had a trainer that the guy would train us for another 3 hours. When we were on the road,
I was going to tell you about that.
Okay, this guy would be knocking. Doesn't matter what time we finished playing the night before. He'd be knocking. We used to have joint rooms, so he'd be knocking on my door. Sometimes he would be like, he would walk into my room and be like, "You got a pair of shorts?"
Sometimes I even sleep. Sometimes I even sleep on his room.
Hey, screwdriver. I was like, "Oh, he got a suite, big suite. I got in a small room. He would sleep there. 8 a.m. Let's go."
No, but let me tell you what we used to do. When we finish that workout, we go have lunch, rest a little bit, and we would be at the stadium at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Hitting, watching videos,
ready
and prepare.
First bus, second bus, always.
Before the first one.
Before
the first one. Okay, so if you guys don't know, when you're a major leaguer, you either go first bus. When you're on the road, you go first bus, second bus. Usually the veterans are second bus. These guys would go probably Uber if there was Uber or taxi back then.
Yeah, we take cab, no buses. The bus never exists for us unless everything was shut down. No, you know when you had those long night, long game, the manager would be like, "Okay, we're not hitting on the field tomorrow.
Show and go."
Show and go. Probably like that.
But let me tell you what we used to do also. In those days that we just show and go, we used to go early and run with the pitchers.
Yeah.
Like do a couple of sprints.
Yeah. Physical, yeah. I got on my best shape ever, bro, because
nobody ever sees that, guys. Nobody ever sees it.
My mechanic was all over the place, and the pitchers, they had the ability to make me speed up. I don't know how to control that until I got to the professor. With Manny used to do this drill, soft-handed, and he used to wait for the ball, and he used to everything hit it to the middle, opposite field. And I'm watching, and I'm like, one day I asked Manny, "Why did you do that drill so much?" He's like, "So I can use my hands." So now when you learn how to use your hands, it doesn't matter everything that the pitcher are doing to confuse you. You have to wait for the ball to be released. And now you got your hands ready, you know the velocity, the quickness that you got here. Now you can wait for the ball and do whatever you want, which was exactly what he used to do. I used to see Manny hitting ball in the bullpen at Fenway, opposite field. As a left-handed hitter, hitting ball over the bullpen at Fenway is a nightmare. This guy used to go into the bullpen like it was nothing. That was his approach. You will see Manny pulling the ball when he know that you were gonna attack him in. But other than that, what you teach the guy here how to stay inside the ball and drive the ball, that's what he used to do. But he used to train.
And then he started doing it.
I started doing
playing Pepper with the Green Monster.
Remember that?
I remember that.
But I learned from watching this guy.
He got even better because then in the scoring position, he wasn't stopping.
The story.
Man, he loved cars, you know. Me too. So we always had conversation about cars. And I remember that year the Chrysler 300 just came out. I remember this one game, first at bat, he go to hit. I wasn't playing that day. I was in the bench, and he go to hit and he strike out with bases loaded. And I remember we had a guy named Crespo, Cesar Crespo, brother of Felipe Crespo, that he used to be a utility infielder that was with us. Manny's coming from home plate, walking toward the dugout.
After striking out with bases
After striking out,
okay.
And Cesar go like this. I better move, man. Manny gonna be slamming things here and going crazy about striking out with no outs and bases loaded. I'm like, no, relax. Manny come and sit right next to me and be like, "Hey, Papi, you know what? I think I'm gonna put 24 on the Chrysler."
24-inch rims.
And Cesar Crespo were like, "What the I thought we were gonna be going crazy." I'm like, no, just wait, man. It's just the beginning. Relax.
Second
He just setting people up.
Second
on the bat, man on first, hit him in the highway with the same pitch that he struck out before. They born with everything they need.
They got everything.
They haven't dealt with challenge in their life.
No adversity.
God gave us the blessing to give them the blessing. They need a 15%. The cojones 15%. The one that I want is 15%. The one that I don't have to be, and Manny don't have to be pushing them. Let me get up and get things done. So when that shows up, I'm good to go.
It's easy. If you don't work, you don't get paid.
No pain, no gain.
Si tú no trabajas, no te van a pagar.
No, you're not gonna get
That's it.
paid,
You're
man.
not
Manny told me when K-Rod
Coño.
was in his prime,
Yeah.
he got Manny out
He used
in
to
one
mess me
game.
up so
Listen,
much.
listen to this. He got Manny out, and Manny came to the dugout, end of the game. See right next to me, and he told me it's gonna be the last time he's gonna get me out. And I'm like, what you mean? He's working me with the same stuff over and over and over. He started me with the get me over, and then he wanna finish me hard. I'm gonna pick one or the other. That's my game plan next time I face him. You see that famous home run that Manny stayed in the play like that? That was the next at bat after he told me what he told me. Game plan. You have a game plan.
In a
pressure
pressure-
doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist. You
If
just
you don't change your game plan,
no different at bat than any other at bat. You just had a plan.
You just have a plan. It's like, let's see, like is you watching right now Mike Trout? What he's trying to do? He's trying to hit everything to the middle, and he's reacting inside. That's what he's doing.
that's it.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
And
He's
JD's
staying
got the same
inside.
approach. Yeah.
Miguel Cabrera, those guys.
Bullhole. I mean,
they, Arenado, they do the same thing.
Exactly.
If you're gonna die with your plan. That's it. If you beat me, well, let me explain something.
Crazy.
And you said it. The good thing is that tomorrow is another day. If I go 0 for 3 today, I know I could have a chance tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And if I was gonna die, I'm gonna die with my plan.
True or not true? Did you have 2 lockers?
It's true, but it wasn't that I hate the media. David, I was kind of shy guy, quiet.
It's all
guy.
good.
And I just wanted to, just play the game and go home.
That's genius, though.
in Manny's mind,
no,
it
he's
was-
not.
That's genius.
He knew how to work
in
the
his
media. He's
mind.
good.
It was Manny never have hate. He was just shy. I can tell you how many. Ted Williams hate the media in Boston.
Yeah.
I can mention tons of superstars that want no part of the media in Boston.
Because it's tough in Boston.
It's hard, man. But
Great
you gotta-
fans.
but-
Great fans.
But
The best.
best
best fans. Best fans, Boston.
You gotta keep one thing in mind. They are trying to do their job,
Exactly.
and without them, we're not gonna complete our job. So it's a back and forth thing.
But let me tell
No.
you something. That cost me at least 2 MVPs.
At least,
And what's the price on that?
at least.
Well, he did
Because
really good. He know how to use
listen,
the media, so it's
listen, at least. Two
But that's
MVP.
crazy. The numbers were there.
If they were there.
The numbers were there.
But like I say, the media is the one that vote for you to win an MVP, and if you were an asshole to them, what do you think you're gonna get back?
True.
So I learned a lot from that because you would I saw Manny strike out
Who?
with 3 pitches right there. Boom, boom, boom. And people was like,
This guy don't want
what
to
is
play
wrong with him? He don't want to play. What is this? What is that? People, that was not what he was looking for.
Setting you up.
Next pitch, breakable, fire. Oh yeah. That's the game plan.
Oh.
My dad, I remember my dad one time. I told my dad. He always used to tell me, "Why are you taking the first pitch? Why are you taking the first pitch? Why are you taking the first pitch?" And I told Dad, "We have a series with the Yankees. Why don't you come in town?" "Oh yeah, I'll be there." And you know what I got him a seat right behind the plate. After the game, his eyes look like this, like a freaking ghost. Like he saw a ghost. And I'm like, "What happened? Why your face is so intense?" He's like, "Man, the first time I see behind the plate and everything looks so fast." And I'm like, exactly. The purpose of me sitting you back there is so you know that what you see on TV
Isn't that what you're saying?
is not reality. When I'm in the plate, I'm dealing with things faster than what you used to. So I had to have a mentality, a game plan. If I want to take a first pitch, I'm trying to graduate myself to velocity. See what the guy have. if his ball is moving, if he's gonna feel comfortable pitching me away or pitching me in, that's my mentality. Different than you, watching on TV, you see every pitch on TV looks straight. Every pitch on TV looks right there. Come and see it from what I see it. You know what I'm saying? Last message for all the kids watching out there. Remember, if you wanna be a baseball player, you gotta want it. Your father, your mom, your friend, your uncle might be pushing you for you to chase it, but if you don't want it, it's not gonna happen. So you have to sacrifice yourself, educate yourself, and work hard every day. And I guarantee you that after the process, it's gonna be a result. And remember, your parents are your best friend. They always want the best for you, so you better listen to them.
Give me some stories about Manny. Come on.
Manny. Manny! Oh my God, about money. Are you sure? you know he peed in the Green Monster, right? Manny was woohoo. But Manny, I remember one time, the former baseball player Pedro from Dominican Republic once played a little bit for the Red Sox. My sister cooks really, really well, my oldest sister. So I had her with me most of the time because I was a bad eater. And the team was always, Pedro, you need to eat more, you need to eat more, you need to keep your weight, you need to keep your weight. So I brought my sister. And my sister made this dish for Pedro Julio Astacio, who had been on the road forever. And Astacio told me, can I get my rice and beans? Can your sister make a little, Dominican dish for me? I make the dish. I brought this big pile of food. Astacio is seen as a visitor, so I'm thinking all those players are gonna eat from it. And Manny somehow, as I brought the food, I called Pookie, here to the parking lot. Take this inside and send it to the visiting clubhouse for Astacio. Okay, I'll take it over. Manny's coming right back. I went straight in. Pookie has the food. I'm thinking it's in Astacio's locker. All of a sudden I go in, go out. Astacio and I met in our gym because he needed to do calf exercises. He was a pitcher as well. He needed to do, and he goes, this is about probably 5:30. He's in our gym. He goes, yo, so where's the lunch that you were supposed to bring me? I said, no, I sent it to you really early so that you can all eat and then go do your work. He goes, no, that wasn't you who sent that. I said, yeah, I sent you the meals. He's like, no, I asked you for Dominican meals. I said, no, yeah, I sent you the Dominican meal. And guess what? When Manny came over and he saw what it was that I made for him, Manny took the food and said, here, Pookie, I'll take it. Gave it to his driver, sent it to his house, and then went to Pizzeria Uno, ordered a whole bunch of spaghetti and pizzas and stuff, and sent it to Astacio, my name. He spent 3 days eating from the meals, him and Juliana. And poor Astacio did not get the meals. I had to take him home at night.
I got to Minnesota, and my drills in Minnesota were this way. They used to put a tee right here. On the field, they used to put a tee right here, somewhere right here. And then they want me to hit line drive over the shortstop head.
So they put the tee in the outer half.
Yeah.
And they wanted you to hit the ball over shortstop.
Over shortstop.
Okay.
They say that my swing was too aggressive. I was hitting 30-some homers in the minor league.
Wow.
And they say my swing was too aggressive. So they want my swing to be more settled. Me, Now, if I had the opportunity, if I'm a hitting coach in a ball club,
Yeah.
and a kid came to me, come to the team on my situation, wearing my shoes when I first got to Minnesota, I would not do that to him. Because I don't want to change your nature.
The ball.
I asked Gene Tomey one day, he hit a ball at the Metrodome, opposite field, like 30 rows up.
Wow.
And the very next day I went like, Tommy, I love Gene Tomey.
Yeah,
Gene
me
Tomey is
too.
my guy.
Hall of Famer.
This guy,
The
Gene
best.
Tomey is my guy. And I asked him, Jim, I had a question for you. You hit that ball yesterday. You were thinking about hitting the ball that way? He was like, no. I let the ball travel deep, and I tried to put my best swing. I'm not thinking if I'm gonna pull it or hit a dead center or hit opposite field. I just gonna let the ball travel deep, and I'm gonna get ready to put my best swing on it. And then I went to look at his number. Every time he hit the ball, he would hit over 300. Because he would put a good swing on it, and the ball would find a way. So when I come to to Boston, I tell you what happened with my first at bat. When I was trying
Yeah.
to move
the
it,
guy
run it
over.
over, swing like a little.
Yeah.
The manager came to me and was like, hey, big guy, I don't want you to come here to move, run it over. I want you to bring him in.
Nice.
That was it.
Changed
for me.
everything. Changed everything.
Yeah, because I went back to what I was.
Yeah.
The aggressive swing. The one thing I learned in Boston, and I give credit to Manny Ramirez a lot, it was that I learned how to settle my mechanic. Because my mechanic was a little all over the place. Sometimes I would kick higher, and then you know what happened when you
Get
kick
settled.
too high, and then you come down and everything is moving. So I learned with Manny. Manny used to train how you stay in balance, under control. Everything shifted this way. So when you attack,
And behind the ball.
behind the ball,
Boom.
the explosion is.
Yes.
So I learned how to control this right here. Leg kick,
Yeah, yeah.
like that was an X,
Yeah.
and I was stepping on top of.
You don't want to crack it.
No, you don't want to crack it.
Yeah. All your weight right here.
Right there,
Yeah,
on the
everything
back leg,
lined
everything is lined up right here. We used to work so hard on line this with the hip and this leg,
And
everything.
Poppy, when you were here, give me that swing.
Oh, that was trouble.
Boom. And then
That
your,
was
your
trouble.
head would never move. So
No,
boom,
no.
boom, boom.
And the thing is, Ara, that when you line this up right here,
Yeah.
everything is like in a slow motion.
Yeah, absolutely.
So with the 24, I learned how to do that. You know, and whoever played with Manny know that what makes him so good as a hitter, it was that he used to work on his mechanic every day. He would do something to train his vision and to train his body language when it comes down to hit. He wanna use your power more than what he used his. Batting practice, he won. We used to have a guy named Eno Guerrero. He won Eno to throw the hardest he could. So he used hands, balance, hands, and boom, explosion. Explosiveness. And on deck, I was acting like I was at the plate. My focus with the guy approach to the guy that was hitting in front of me was my key, was my guy. The good thing about that was that I have a good hitter hitting in front of me, which was either Manny, sometimes we switch. So the guy know that he got to bring it against the guy that was hitting in front of me. So that was my
Your guide.
that was my guide.
Yeah.
Because now I know that the guy, he's gonna either pump it up, because we see the best of the best
Always.
coming out of the pitchers.
Always.
Because of hitting in the middle of the lineup. You know what I'm saying? So that was my guy. I wanna know if his fastball was good, his breaking ball, his changeup, his slider.
And you're
And
paying attention. You're focused. And you're
I'm locked
watching.
in, Ara.
You're watching release. You're watching
Locked
timing.
in. When you know that you walk into that plate to face a guy like Roy Halladay, you know that you're gonna get one pitch to hit.
If you're lucky, yeah.
You don't know when.
Yeah, just one, yeah.
But you gotta go either right. He used to show me that cutter, and then slow me down with the breaking ball. So I gotta shoot for one or the other. You can go for both.
Right.
So since I start walking from here, I'm thinking about that breaking ball.
How are you thinking about it? What's your brain saying?
Okay, I gotta wait for him to snap. I gotta see that snap, pow, because he got a really good one.
So you're visualizing.
I'm locked in on that breaking ball. If he throw me anything else, it's his.
Right. You're gonna take it.
You cannot change your game. Like, I learned that down the road. I got more confidence about it sitting on pitches based on how the guy approached me, either the game before or how I approached the guy in front of me. I always normally used to have a left-hand batter hitting in front of me, either Johnny or whatever was out there. If Johnny wasn't playing, Bill Miller. And I would sit down and watch the approach against that guy. Because we were a good hitting ball club. So you got to bring it against everybody. I want that breaking ball that breaks here. I don't want the one that breaks here, because that one will go to my back leg. So I want
So
the
you want it
breaking
more
ball
out here
Yeah,
to break into your zone from a right-hander.
yeah,
This one is a sucker pitch because this is a ball.
yes.
That's a strikeout pitch. So you want it out there. Where do you want to hit this ball? Where are you thinking?
To be honest with you, I want to stay inside the ball and hit it either to the middle on this area right here.
I'll never forget in 08, 09, I remember asking you, what are you looking for every pitch? And because I feel like you're always on time and I was late. So I was searching a little bit to be on time. And you said, I'll never forget this, you said, Papi, I get the guy's best fastball, 97, 98, I'm always ready for it inside. He think he can get in there, but he can't get in there because Papi's always ready. So what I thought, if you walk me through it, you wanted to get that foot down and be ready for that pitch, because everything else on the plate you owned. You were right on top of it, especially at Fenway. And you felt like if you got that foot down, all you had to do is drop it. Outside became middle for you, and then you're ready for that ball inside. They couldn't get in there.
No, but let me tell you, my nature, your nature was this pitch out here.
Yeah.
My nature is this pitch in here. I really learned with the Green Monster how to build my confidence hitting the ball opposite field. But that wasn't my thing.
Right.
My thing was this right here. So the guy see this big guy hitting this far. I used to hit like this far from the plate. And for everyone, big guy like me need to get standing to drive the ball. But I had the ability, because it was my nature, to bring my hands to the point that if you see me from that camera over there, you are not gonna see my hands out here. My hands, I used to have this coach when I first was, before I even jumped into the pro, that he used to get me doing this drill, right? He used to put me against the fence right there. That was the fence right there, right? And he used to get me doing this drill where I had to bring my hands inside. And it feels so uncomfortable. But once my muscle memory got used to it, now I got to the point that I used to get inside the ball so well, and it carried over into right play. That's why I was feeling so confident about hitting this inside pitch right here. But it was something that I built into my nature.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like to mess around with guys' mechanics.
That's right.
That's why I don't like to tell guys, hey, you gotta go here to hit the ball, or you gotta go here. No. Let me see what you got, and let's see what we can fix. Because what you got, that's your nature.
A-Rod is seeing the future of baseball right in front of him. With this huge kid that plays for the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers who's hitting moonshots completely out of sight. And he's looking at it, and at one point he goes, I ain't got a chance.
I ain't got a chance.
You know, who is this guy? He's playing A-ball? He's going to take my job, right? Well, that guy was David Ortiz, who is now, you know, future Hall of Famer.
When I was in Minnesota, my stand got me in trouble from the very beginning. You know, like my front leg was close to the plate, and my first move to attack the ball was basically stepping out. So now, once you do that, I don't really like seeing player hit him close like that because it gives me the idea that they are trying to basically cover the outside part of the play, but their instinct is not that. It's basically going the opposite way.
Yeah, because you're closed. You feel like you have to open up.
Open up.
And then when you open up, you leave yourself outside of a weak spot right here.
Definitely. And then you feel like you have to open up to give yourself some room to hit this pitch right here. You know what I'm saying? So I basically, that was one of the things that I thought it was giving me issues to try to cover everything around the plate, those 11 inches. So it feels like the minute I do this, right away my back come out of the strike zone, and this is how much I cover. I was having issues trying to hit that, and then if I hit it, it was with no power. It was basically...
Yeah, almost chicken winging it out there.
You know what I'm saying? Once I came to Boston...
You and Manny got together and you started
Me and Manny got together. Manny was one of the greatest hitters I ever seen. He was on top of his game, and Manny used to work so much on his swing that it was ridiculous at some point. I mean, Manny was like 24/7 trying to get better and better and better. I started chasing Manny because we pretty much had basically the same mechanic, the leg kick, you know. And then I kind of learned with him about, you know, being able to balance yourself. Because that's another thing that I learned from Manny. It was, you don't want to land it too heavy in your front leg because this is what your head normally do when you land it too heavy. Your head move and then the ball move, that's the problem. You know that. So basically, everything we work on was stay balanced, stay calm. Balance, stay calm. So once you do this, you take absolutely control of everything that is coming. Get prepared early. And another thing that I got to point to, instead of hitting with my front foot closed, I was more open. So instead of walking away from the ball, I was going to the pitcher. So now, that was my play call.
And people at home don't know how hard Manny Ramirez worked 24/7. He would get to the stadium sometimes at 10 a.m., hit all by himself, go back home lunch, and come back early. What were the lessons that you learned from him that made you even a better hitter?
Manny was the type of hitter that incredibly he wanted to be perfect with his approach at the plate. This guy, he would work on his hands so much. Like Manny, sometimes he wouldn't even go outside and he bat in practice. All he needed was the cage to make sure that he get his hands working. Manny would have told me, okay, we're gonna hit line drive here in the cage. We're gonna hit line drive to the middle. He used to love just working on the opposite field, because he feels like the pitch away is the one that you gotta reach out for. The pitch middle in, they come to you. So you don't have to go and chase it, you know? So I wanna work with the one that I think it can get me in trouble. It can get me in trouble. Which was the pitch middle away.
Take away the pitcher's strength.
Exactly. You are not allowed, hey, you guys, you folks at home, you're not allowed to play baseball with an empty mind. Your mind got to be busy all the time.
Regardless of what you think of both of us.
Your mind had to stay busy because the only advantage that you have in baseball is what you think ahead. You know, so we used to go back to the history. The guy struck me out with a fastball.
Don't overthink, basically.
Exactly. Don't overthink. You make your game plan before you get in here, and then you go with your game plan once you get here. You can be just thinking while you're here because that guy over there will kill you.
Hey, Papa, you know, one of the things that the folks at home don't know is, you know, we played for almost 15 years against each other, and we had some major battles. I mean, we had fights, we had wars, we had ALCS battles. But
real competition.
Real competition. But there was so much respect. I told you about how much Mariano and Jeter and how much those guys respect you guys. But what people don't know is in my toughest times in my career, it was guys like you and Manny. You would take me to your house. Tiffany would cook us a nice meal. And we would stay up to 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, having a few drinks, having a cigar, but really breaking down how difficult this game is. I mean, this game, I know personally, brought me to my knees, brought me to tears many times.
Me too.
I remember the one time
easy game to play.
Where you felt like you were getting a little bit out of shape, and we spoke.
Yep.
And then you got in tremendous shape. and then obviously the rest is history. So even though we're battling out there, I mean, the love and just the collaboration between players is pretty awesome.
It goes beyond. It goes beyond. I mean, we battle on the field, but we feel each other with good things. I remember one time we went to New York to play, and you were going through hell at the time. And I remember me on the under circle, I look at you and I was like,
yeah, breathe.
Like, breathe.
What's interesting is it's funny because sometimes after games, you would text me and say, call me number 13. And you would say, hey, what I saw out there today wasn't you. I want to see better body language. You're not taking your A swing. Come on, you're better than that. I mean, there's no doubt that he wanted to beat the brains out of me in between the 9 innings, and I did to him. But once it was over, we wanted to see Big Papi, we wanted to see Manny, Pedro, the great players of our game, do well regardless of this great rivalry. And I just want to tell you that I'm very thankful to you and Manny